all right.
Are we like the first people to hear this? These people have a bigger following than a band we were listening to beforehand.
Realize I can't hear a goddamn thing you just said because I have tried to get the volume down.
Oh, yeah,
enough.
you don't have headphones.
Don't need them. Don't need them.
I was wondering if they were a more viewed band than the band we were listening to beforehand.
Beast Wars? Yeah, they have to be. I'm not sure on the number of plays. Because the band
I'm
before,
sure it's more than 8.
Yeah. The band before, Low Flying Hawks, yeah, they had like 8 views on some of their shit. Yeah, these guys, this was new release for today, 4.1 thousand views.
All right, well, it was pretty good, too.
That's better than 8. So
it seems to have been a week for like finding these middle-aged to fucking just flat-out old bands that are still like churning out metal.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, I mean, I feel bad for it in one way because I am one of those old guys.
Well, yeah, true. And I mean,
really?
I'm at the light end of it, but I feel old. I feel like that should count for something. But with that, and I'd found this Japanese metal band called Ninjin Isu, and I just clicked on it because it was old dudes, and I thought the old dudes were just like a part of the music video. Now it fucking turns out they're a 3-piece band whose biggest musical influence is fucking Black Sabbath. And I thought that was cool enough to give them a little check out. And sure enough, they do sound like Black Sabbath fucking sped up to about 140 BPMs at one time.
Yeah.
But they do musically, they just sound like Black Sabbath sped up a little bit and a Japanese vocalist.
Well, yeah, I know. But I mean, but if it's a doom act, if they say Black Sabbath did an influence, they're lying.
Yeah. Oh, fuck no. They fucking said Black Sabbath is their heaviest influence.
Yeah.
And I mean, hell, the fucking guys.
Black Sabbath and Wham.
I'd listen to that. I'd fucking listen to that. That doesn't sound too bad.
Little George Michael throwing in some Ozzy.
God damn. That might be a hell of a math up.
I don't know about that.
So good it gave me a speech impediment.
Yeah.
God damn.
As it can do.
It's Friday, man.
Fuck yeah.
We're on a normal schedule again.
This is, yeah, for whatever normal is anymore. Because it's been, about 10 days, I think? Or no, I guess.
We did it on Wednesday.
9 days ago. So it has seemed like it's been a while since we've done this. But,
right.
But for a short work week, God damn, this has felt like a month. It's been a long work week. And most of it is just because I haven't been sleeping for shit because I completely wrecked everything for any kind of a sleep schedule over the weekend. So
yeah, it's funny how, going abroad, granted, my
going abroad to places like Denver.
I didn't help. But, well, yeah, I probably could have chimed in and said, it's like 4 a.m. No, I fucked that. I instigated that last game of Exploding Kittens, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah, it was 5, It's like, oh, really? We're gonna sit around playing a dice game till sun comes up?
I have never seen you so drunk and tired in my entire... I thought I did that first night we were there. It's like, God damn, he is drunk and tired.
Yeah.
This is clearly, because the first day is usually the day we fucking like, we're here,
right,
and then we fucking mellow out and enjoy ourselves.
Not so much.
No,
no, we kept ramping it up.
What was it? It was false dawn by the time my eyes fucking closed.
It was after 5.
It was,
and then we were on the road by 11. So,
God damn,
and then I had to deal with all that, and then I was so fucking tired. I couldn't sleep, after we got back from all that shit. This week has felt interminably long.
Yeah. Yeah, it has felt like just one big run-on sentence, hasn't it?
Oh, man.
And it started out kick-ass, and it's like, it's kicking me in the balls repeatedly now.
But I do have, some good news, and that is my boss, who's really, really stingy about ever giving anybody a company-wide holiday, we're getting actually Friday the 5th of July off.
Oh, because since 4th of July, it's right in the middle of the week.
Yeah, on a Thursday.
Fucking A.
And I was like, what? These are the same people that I've only ever had one Friday after Thanksgiving off, but yet they're going to give me a Friday after the 4th?
It seems like you're benefiting from people wanting national holidays to be on a weekend, even though they're not.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
That's all right, shit. Fuck, you'll take Friday off.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a 4-day. So.
Goddamn, if we'd known that, we might have headed up to International Fight Week.
No, probably not. International Fight Week is, where is that one taking place? That's not in Nevada?
Down Vegas way.
Okay. No. 7.5 hour drive about killed me. I'm not doing a 12 or 13.
Well, you wouldn't have to do any of it.
Yeah, I'd still be in a vehicle.
I'm the goddamn
road. Going to be
I will
in a
tie
vehicle.
a recliner to the top of my Jeep and let you ride like a king.
Nope. If that Vegas trip is on, we're going to have to fly out, or I'm not going. One of the two.
Man, I'm just going to have to let you, because I'm the only one that's cool with both.
Right.
I'm going to have to let you and Ruben battle it out.
Yeah. No, I
Or I'll drive and I'll pick you up at the airport. Which just seems counterproductive as a motherfucker. Come pick you up. Get in the fucking Jeep. What's wrong with you, man? I'm in fresh as daisy. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, because really, I think as long as I'm some kind of a member of some Southwest Airlines club or something like that, I can get our fares at like $199.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, that is agreeable.
Fuck,
because I'd use
26 hours in a vehicle for 4 days. I don't know, man. That's
Well, I mean, I can't talk against him because I've done it several times.
Sure.
So that's why I'm cool with both.
Right.
I'm cool with flying in the air. I'm cool with going on the ground because I feel like you got to have both options if you definitely want to go. So if one falls through, the other one's still a viable option.
right.
But $200 for flying, that's
Out of Lubbock, which is always expensive as hell. So.
And that was the only thing gave me pause. Like, I don't want to drive all the way to fucking Albuquerque and then fly. It's still going to be like a 12-hour day.
Yeah.
But Lubbock and one stop or nonstop, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. I'm cool with that.
Non-stop there, non-stop back. There's one, if you like to fucking see a lot of the country, I think they stop, in fucking Dallas, and then Phoenix, and then Las Vegas. I was like,
God.
really? Phoenix to Vegas? That's got to be a long plane ride, right?
I mean, anytime you want to go west, but your first leg of your journey takes you east,
Yeah, the
it's
exact opposite
counterproductive.
direction.
Counterproductive.
Oh, well.
God
But anyway,
damn.
but that's the I only get out of town about twice a year.
Yeah.
And so the one last weekend was one, and then the Vegas trip at the end of the year, that's two. So
It's perfect. Do you
Yeah.
count your potential camping excursions?
no, because I'm never out more than 2 nights.
And that's out of life, not really out of town. You just leave an existence for a little bit.
Yeah, kind of. I like to drink out in public, so yeah. I like to drink out in the wilderness, or as other people call it, camping.
That's right. Getting right with the world.
Yeah, no, I enjoy camping. I mean, I could get pretty retarded with it. Not well. Hopefully, I didn't offend anybody.
Yep.
I had a conversation with that using that very word
Dude,
earlier.
you gotta take that Norm Macdonald approach. You gotta have that Down syndrome approach, which sounds so much better.
Well, no, I'd had a little dialogue with somebody, which I won't reveal who, but I was talking about. I said because I'd said something was retarded, and she kind of looked at me and was a little upset, I guess.
Yeah.
I said, look, I have some decorum about me. I would never call a retard retarded. I mean, come on, that would be unclassy.
And was it at this point that she sprayed you in the face with mace or like broke a bottle and came at you?
No. It's just you just have to deal with it. If you're going to be a friend of mine or an acquaintance and we're in a social setting at a private club, just know I'm going to say some really inappropriate
We just got to
shit.
take back the word retarded. I mean, it fucking just
exactly.
means an impediment of pace. Something
right.
slowed down.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
well, my boner's really retarded today.
If you find it's really, really offensive, you're the one that's actually putting a lot more onus on the word than you should.
Yeah, got to bring back the word fag. That was a bundle of sticks or a cigarette in Europe.
I was listening to Bill Burr does his Monday morning podcast, and which I think it's on. I think it's the Thursday one. Yeah, he does his normal podcast, and then they will play one from 5 or 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He dropped the word faggot, and it struck me so weird because it's so taboo now.
Yeah, taboo and demonized.
I mean,
for sure.
it hit me, and I went, "Ow, wow." And I thought, wow, it's funny because that was what are you, a Yankees fan? What are you, some kind of fag? I mean, but that's the whole thing. Is like it is off limits, and man, it feels like somebody said something really inappropriate whenever I hear it now.
You never hear it anymore unless you're watching some form of entertainment that was in the 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
Like a movie that was made now about the 80s or 90s.
Sure.
So you got that creative license to use such
Yeah.
terminology.
Well, yeah, just waiting for somebody to try to bring it back. Anything pre-civil rights movement.
Yeah.
Trying
Well,
to,
God, like when
trying to
Deadwood-
grab the N-word. Like,
when
come on, man.
the movie Deadwood came out, I was like, oh, man, I know the guy that played Samuel Fields is in this. How many times are we going to hear the N-word?
Yeah,
We heard it once.
one time.
Oh, but the funny thing was, it didn't take away from the grittiness of the original because you heard it a few times, primarily from Samuel Fields himself.
Right.
But we only heard it once, and it wasn't from him, but it was when he was about to be lynched
Right.
by those two Hearst guys. But again, it didn't take anything away even though I'm sure those terminology was far more prevalent in that time than the movie showed.
Right.
But the times have changed. I mean,
there are just certain words that are just off fucking limits, you know?
Yeah.
And they're trying to put retard in there, and they kind of have to a certain degree. But still, I mean, for shock,
when
for
you hear
shock
retard,
effect, I'll still roll it out every once in a while.
Because people automatically assume when you tell it to a person, you are retarded. Then, all right. Okay, you're that's apparently a heavy slam now versus when I was in the second grade.
Right.
But if you're talking about even if you're talking about an idea saying that's retarded, it's still a little bit of a slam, but it's not like you're slamming a person. You're slamming at a fucking idea. It's not a real thing with feelings or emotions.
No,
you're just pissed because I hate your fucking idea.
I'm not out making fun of people with a different chromosome count than I've got. But
man, I fucking go out and high five Tabby every time I'm in Walmart.
Well, now you're putting a direct correlation on it. I mean, the way I use it has zero to do with any human being.
I'm just saying I'm the same way. I would never fucking do that to a human being.
Yeah.
Being a fucking overweight redheaded kid in school, I know what it's like to be fucking picked on, and it doesn't get any better when you're a fucking adult. Only when you're an adult, you can fucking beat the shit out of murder somebody for it.
Like, I have the option of using violence now.
I think I'm going to use that option.
Yeah.
So just people are assholes, and that's fine. Yeah. We have to have assholes.
Fun times. I mean, you and I are assholes on occasion. In fact, I could say probably more often than not.
Well, I don't know, man. If our interactions with others say anything, we're all right.
It's the Mead Metal MMA podcast where we get together sometimes on Fridays. And
right. It seems like we've been batting .333 on the Friday shows.
Rolling out things having to do with mead, having to do with metal, having to do with MMA, and all other fun things, retarded or not.
Oh, man. This is our life. This is what we do.
Yeah. Mead update. Batch 1, ready to go. Matter of fact, moving pretty quick.
Going.
Because Brett ended up buying several off of us. Donating to the band for several. Our friends, Fred and Carla, are picking up a couple. There are a few different people that are.
I bought one when we came back.
Yeah.
Sunday.
I think, we're already almost out of the first case.
Good.
That's how fast it's moving. So.
Good.
Yeah.
It's fucking it's beautiful. It's delicious. What more do you need?
Yeah. People asking about Green Man. We'll get that one started probably tomorrow.
We would have gotten it started this week, but we're still reacclimating to getting back to normal.
It wasn't going to bode well if we were going to try to get it this week.
Agreed.
I feel like I've got to have a certain spiritual consciousness about
Agreed.
me.
Absolutely.
When we get a batch started, I want to be bringing a bunch of negative shit. Don't you bring that negative shit down on me, Bricky Bobby?
Well, when we say we make every batch with love, it ain't no fucking lie.
Yeah, so Green Man will be getting started, and primarily we're right on time anyway, because by the time we get that thing through primary and moved into secondary, it'll probably go pretty quick. That's when we'll add actual fresh green chili. Those are blooming now. Those plants are kind of up and going, despite Mother Nature's best efforts to fuck me out of gardening this year.
Yeah, right? I mean, fucking last night was probably the gnarliest night for wind we've had this season.
I've been restanding corn all week, every night. Every night we fucking get 30-mile-an-hour wind, 40-mile-an-hour wind.
And
every night.
Enough to fuck it over.
Well, and on top of that, both nights in a row now, Wednesday night, Thursday night, fucking 0% chance of rain both nights, and guess what we fucking get?
Got slammed.
Yeah.
Got fucking slammed.
Other times, you guys are probably going to get some rain. We don't see shit.
Yeah, we see fucking waving at us as it travels by.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I can do without the wind. I don't really like to complain about weather because fucking what's it going to do? It's not going to solve anything.
Yeah. It's going to happen or not.
But, yeah, it's clear. It's clear that Mother Nature doesn't want me to have an Iroquois garden this year. So
it's me, dude. I come out here every night and pull them shits out of the ground and run away.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
fuck your corn. Fuck your corn.
It's not even really pulled out. It just knocks them down. So then you've got to stand them back up. And I'm going to go plant nerd on you. Corn is in a family that are called monocotyledons, not to be confused with dicotyledons.
I wouldn't do that because I've never heard that second word before.
What a monocotyledon is essentially it's one channel of nutrients that grow. kind of like how you have a tree. A tree, I guess, might qualify as a monocot, actually. It gets concentric series of rings. That's how the nutrients are pulled up.
Okay.
Dicots actually have multiple systems of being able to pull nutrients. They're a far more advanced plant, as it were. So corn technically is like an ancient fucking thing that's still around that utilizes a very less efficient growing method, requires a lot more water, but hey, it's still here.
Wow, so it's basically a deficient fucking plant for
Absolutely.
this. It shouldn't have lived as long as it
Right.
did.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty heavy.
Yeah, so corn, most sorghums, milo, all of that, they're monocots, whereas
Wow.
like beans and other things are dicots, so. Didn't mean to get all fucking schooly on you.
Well, shit, I didn't expect to learn anything today, but that
This fucking podcast ain't about learning shit.
to learn, to fucking basically learn that corn is a fucking lame plant that shouldn't fucking still be around is a hell of a thing.
Well, and it's similar in other plants. I mean, they're not they're in different classifications, but ferns shouldn't still be around. Those should have died out at the last fucking ice age.
For the same reason.
Yeah, similar reasons. I mean, they have a different means of pulling nutrient, but yeah, but they're missing certain elements that make modern plants what they are. By saying modern, I mean things have been grown in the last 20 million years. I mean, ferns should have died out a long time ago.
And fuck Bob Lazar. We need to get you on the Rogan podcast to talk about the ancient origins of corn and ferns.
Yeah, well, it's things I know about. I can get pretty nerdy on. So
yeah, we'll talk about that in Western history. Shit, you might be able to blow his mind. It's not that hard these days.
Yeah, well, I would get the Joe Rogan
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Jamie, pull this out here.
Yeah, exactly.
You ever seen a koala eat a human before?
Have you noticed that fucking Rogan's podcast these days? If he gets a guest on, you can tell that when the guest is losing him. When he does, he devolves into want to talk about animals fighting each other or fighting humans. Or
wants to blow this dude away with something that maybe he'd never seen before.
Yeah.
And that's a great way to save your disinterest in a conversation.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess.
I've done it over here a couple times with Ruben. Like, yeah, all that shit you're saying is really good shit. But have you seen this epic mealtime episode where they make a 50-pound breakfast burrito?
See, now that's some shit I could get into.
Well, they're Canadian, so it's a little hard to watch.
Yeah, the food ones, I'd have to say the hot ones is probably my favorite one that goes on.
Yeah,
right
that
now.
one's fun because not only is it a show about like watching people and suffer, which is always fun,
eating hot wings,
but also the Eric Andre one is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Because he's the same. He's a fucking madman, even doing that.
I think the Gordon Ramsay one was all right because it was
the only one I didn't watch.
It's only about 30 seconds, so he basically shuts it down. It's just.
Oh really? Oh, so his episode is more of like a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I didn't watch it then.
Well,
I didn't get got.
You certainly wouldn't have filled your day, with things to do.
Yeah, shit. I figured because I saw him do like a picture of him doing it, but I thought it was a full-fledged episode.
I put it on, and a lot of times I'll throw shit like that on in the background while I'm trying to get dishes done or whatever, and I threw it on, and all of a sudden I looked up and it was fucking already over. I went, what? I had to go back. I thought, what is it? Just a commercial? No, it's funny. But
it's a joke, but there's no entertainment value outside of that.
Really.
All right. Cocksuckers.
But Eric Andre, that guy is. I wasn't really all that familiar with this shit until you started coming over.
I started
here
getting really drunk. 2 a.m. Bro, check this out.
Yeah,
he shows his dick to celebrities.
Well, and what's even weirder about it is because I was watching Disenchantment.
Yeah,
animated. And you're like, that's Eric Andre.
The Matt Groening vehicle, the D&D vehicle, right?
Yeah, it's all set in a fantasy world having to do with a princess that's kind of that is missing of all the tropes that princesses have. She drinks heavily and bangs dudes, bucktooth and
Sounds like Brokish Drawl to me. Brokish Drawl, tits and a vagine.
But that's the thing is she's got a demon that hangs out with her, and that's who Eric Andre voices. Yeah.
And does a fine job. That guy is funny no matter what he does. But the thing is, his form of comedy is fucking extreme.
Right. It's unlike anybody else that's out there.
I mean, he interviewed that Pauly D asshole from the Jersey Shore shit. He interviewed him on his Adult Swim show, and he just fucking took his pants down, tucked his dick in between his legs, and started screaming, "I was born a woman."
Wow.
I don't know if you can do that now, and get away unscathed.
I don't know.
Joke or not.
I don't know. There was
Louis C.K. couldn't get away with it.
Well, here's the thing that's funny because I was getting ready to go right there too. It's because that dude now is starting to really, really piss some people off because he's officially kind of back, and he played it was a pretty big comedy show in New York last weekend.
Yep.
And fucking people, he got a round of applause, standing ovation. But people happy that dude's back and telling jokes.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm glad he's able to get back to work.
Well, and then I don't know which one is the Verve or the Vive or whatever. One of these fucking sites
the Vag.
Yeah, something. Is on there. It's like Louis C.K. is back and we're not okay with that. And I'm like, God damn it. Why? It's like, I want to see this man destroyed. He did not appropriately sit out a full year. And I don't, where is this punishment getting handed down?
Where are these rules?
It's the court of public opinion. And if public opinion's okay with Louis C.K. being back, what are you going to do?
It goes back to the conversation we had a couple months ago of, is there ever truly forgiveness and acceptance and moving on?
Well,
can you ever come back from it?
Yeah, I think you can. But here's the thing is you first immediately, you have to pull a T.J. Dillashaw. You have to come out immediately and go, yep, I was wrong.
Got to wear it. You have to wear it.
No
matter how fucking silly or serious it is.
And you have to pretend like it matters to you and that you actually might actually have regrets maybe because clearly you don't,
Right.
You have to do all of that. You have to appropriately. You have to appear on The View. Maybe I don't know. Some other
Norm Macdonald
shit,
did it, and it didn't work out well.
Well, I know, but there is never the air of that guy actually fucking having regrets about anything.
When he was on The View, he was not Norm Macdonald. He wasn't saying shit. He was very metered about what he was saying. I've never seen him like that before.
Yeah.
I mean, this new era of fucking social watchdogs has really ruined what little fucking joy I used to be able to take from life. Fucking Norm Macdonald is hilarious. He's one of the top 5 comedians, in my opinion.
Sure.
And now he feels like he has to be careful in everything he says.
Yeah, which is never good because you've stolen the soul of what somebody does. Yeah, if it's somebody that actually operates the best by pretty much from the seat of their pants. People that really kind of do observational comedy, things like that, where you really, really have to be on your feet all the time,
sure.
and on fire.
Gotta be fast as fuck.
Well, because if you're always going to second guess everything you have to say, you lose a step.
Right.
And
every time you have to fucking question something, you're losing that speed.
And it's not even. And here's the other thing too. And I know somebody's going to say, "Well, this is really kind of hurtful to women, Kevin. You shouldn't be saying this." The problem is, it's not women that are usually pissed off. It's these fucking dudes that have to take on the mantle of toxic masculinity and I'm so sorry others of my ilk are bringing all this pain to the world, blah, blah, blah. What they're doing, they're trying to get laid. They found an inside way of trying to fucking ingratiate themselves with lady folk by being, I've got your back, lady. Yeah, I know what you want to do. I know what you want to do with that back.
Yeah, I had a friend who had just basically sworn off dick, It's like, I ain't gonna go for that no more. I was like, don't drape your poor choices in men on the dick of all other men.
Yeah.
Just because you pick shitty dudes.
You pick the dicks from the bottom of that mountain.
You pick the shitty dicks. Don't blame us. You don't know how to find a proper person if the opposite sex is your bag.
Yeah, that's the one thing I do always like too, because women are like that, all men are jerks. Like, whoa, who the fuck you been running around with? Because apparently you're not hanging around the right people.
Yeah, with this person, I heard 2 names. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So, don't blame all men on your fucking choice to go to gals.
Yeah.
Because that's not how it is. You just picked shitty dudes and you got burned.
See, you're allowed to do that, though, if you're a woman. And be very scorned about it and everything else. If you're a guy, you go,
blog about it.
Here's some chick that lives with her mother and has no job, no source of income, no means of supporting herself, and yet she wants to date me and maybe move in. Well, if I fall in line with that, that's on me. I have to wear that.
Yeah.
Just like you ladies out there, if you make a fucking bad decision, you need to wear that as well.
Right. I've owned every fucking horrible decision I've ever made when it came to relationships.
Yeah.
Because it's my fucking fault.
Sure. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So that's why I'm so fucking insane now, though. It's like, I'll never get burned again.
Again! That's why I'm a thrill at parties.
Yeah, I'm a real toot. I don't know. Best friend Darcy, I feel like when we were in Denver, our frivolity was contagious.
Yeah.
There was like time where she just couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, well.
Like she had drank as much beer as we had.
Right.
And she
she wasn't drinking at all.
No, we were the only ones drinking.
Yeah,
that showed.
That's one for you to consider, folks. We're at an apartment. 4 of us squeezed into a pretty small little 2-bedroom apartment.
Yep.
And it was 2 of us that began drinking pretty much in the morning and then would knock off, the next morning.
It was so awesome to walk to a little fucking liquor store at 9:30 in the morning on a cold Denver morning.
Yeah, like an asshole. I didn't pack a single long sleeve shirt because, hey, late June, and they'd been predicted it was going to be in the 80s, and then suddenly, by the way,
yeah, and then to find out that our pal's AC went out.
Yeah.
Oh, this could have been a ball-busting fucking weekend.
Well, but and then on top of that, you remember it's 1 week ago today. It was fucking snowing in Boulder, and it takes all of 15, 20 minutes to get to Boulder from their place.
Man. Well, I'm glad the weather, and we brought a little bit of that cold weather with us when we returned for like a day or two.
Yeah, that went by the wayside pretty quick.
Well, our powers are only so significant. We can only help out so fucking much.
Yeah, but it did make me already go, all right. I realize it's almost July, and I know that we have another 3 solid months of some heat coming, but I'm all right for fall, waiting in the wings.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah, man. Fall's my bitch.
Goddamn, you always see that shit on social media. You know, it'll be a stupid little questionnaire, and people always like, hey, copy and paste. I want to know your answers. Nah, it's okay. I use just to piss them off. I ignore every bit of instruction on that, and I'll copy and paste it in their comments. You know, like, no, you're supposed to paste it on your page. No, I'm good.
Why?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Why? Why would I?
Is that a rule?
I don't want to look as dumb as you do, but but I mean, it's always like favorite season, and it's always spring or summer. I never see anybody putting out fall and winter, which are my 2 favorites. So
yeah. I'm a closer favorite more than an opener. Yeah. I like it when everything dies.
Yeah, I like to see things die, and I'm still around because it feels that I've conquered something.
Odd sense of power. Yeah, it's like,
I have vanquished Mother Earth and her fucking crazy things that she's doing.
That's how I feel every time I step on a bug. It's like, God, this power is intoxicating. I don't see how Buddhists stay away from this shit.
Yeah, I'd make a really terrible Buddhist because I'd go out of my way to fucking probably fry like scorpions and ants with a magnifying glass.
I would tear the whole infrastructure down.
Yeah.
Like, nope, no more bald shit. We can all have hair and beards.
I'm pretty sure the Dalai Lama would be getting a hold of me. I'd lose my Buddha card. So.
Yeah. If you were in a Hare Krishna group, could you have a beard? They were all straight up scalped as well with no facial hair, right? Kind of like the Buddha shit.
Baha'i faith, right?
Baha'i?
I don't know.
Baha'i?
Yeah.
Mennonites can have beards. Maybe I'll try that out.
Maybe.
But I don't like plaid.
Mennonites, they have those that stupid facial hair like the fucking lightweight champ, right? Khabib Nurmagomedov, where they don't have a mustache.
That's Amish.
Where they don't have a mustache, but they have a full beard.
No, Mennonites can have. I've never seen a Mennonite with a beard. Actually.
Oh, really?
Now that I think about it, maybe a mustache, but not a beard.
Mennonites and Amish are similar, but not. But there are some
Mennonites
differences.
Are country Amish.
Well, I think it's interesting. My brother-in-law had a garage over in the western side of New Mexico, and there was a guy that would come in. This guy had I always want to say is it was a Mopar. It was a small Mopar, but he jammed a great big goddamn engine in it. I had my brother-in-law put it in and had it tuned, and this thing was fast. It had like 383 Magnum under the hood. You know, I mean, this was a fucking fast car. And I was out there just out of curiosity one day. I just got out of the Corps, and I was working over there over the summer. I said, hey, you Mennonites aren't supposed to have sports cars. He goes, it's got 4 doors. Take a look. Give it a count. You can have 4 doors because it's a family car.
Yep. Yeah, that's why you primarily see like station wagons.
Yeah.
They're rocking that because they probably have about 3 kids rocking in tow.
But it's funny, though, because apparently you can soup those motherfuckers up.
Yeah. It's like Mennonites apparently can have a little bit of fun.
They can have a little fun. Not much, but a little bit.
Yeah, but they retain the dress style for the ladies. That very demure.
Well, yeah, we've got a bunch of them around here. Because a lot of your milkers, your dairy people.
I mean, and they're always led by the little boys and the daddy who's all rocking plaid and tight jeans.
Yeah.
It's It's just like I got to wear Wranglers that are 4 sizes too small.
Yeah, I'm not a big. I don't.
That's
get
why
that.
I don't. That's what I view religion as. It's a pair of pants that are 4 sizes too small. But you gotta fit in them, or else you're gonna go out there naked. And who wants that?
Yeah. Well, if you're a small enough boy, Catholic Church, they're always trying to get in your pants there. That's the
boom roasted.
All right, metal side of things. This has not been an inspiring week for new tunes.
I don't know. I think with that Japanese metal band I was talking about earlier,
right?
And
well, it's okay, but I mean, it's
fine.
It seems like we've been a little while of not having something big come out.
Yeah, there's this gal named Lingua Ignata who put out a song, and it's an ambient song. And I was like, huh. Didn't that guy that we saw at Ruben's house that was from Colorado, he was like an ambient guy too, right?
Kind of.
So I clicked it, and it sounded exactly the same.
A lot of primal screams and shit.
It didn't start out that way. It was like a real quivering.
Well, neither did that guy. I was like, wow, this guy's pretty mellow.
Yeah, it was a real quivering, trimming like voice, cracking like strained, weaking.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it went right into that screaming shit we heard 3 blocks down the road as we were fucking leaving.
Yeah. You get somebody with an orange amp, and God, he had a lot of effects for considering what he was playing. Like you can probably just keep all the onboard shit on that combo amp.
You don't need my crush, son. You do not need it. You're good.
Yeah.
Korn put out a new song.
Yeah. Well, I've never been a fan, but Ruben is, and that's the only way I kind of knew it was out because he had posted something online earlier this week about it.
He gets so pumped.
Yeah.
He gets so pumped. Like Ruben, when Ruben's excited for something, don't be fooled. He's not doing it to make you fuckers react to what he's put out there.
No.
He is genuinely stoked,
right?
Whether you fucking thumb it up or not.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, people share things for different reasons on social media. Ruben's is purely like, this is awesome. I think it's great. If you like it and think it's great too, that's awesome. But really, I don't care.
Yeah. and if you do put something down and you even fucking remotely disagree, it's like, well, that's cool, bro. Fuck you and your ass, but I don't care.
You better be tight because he might be hovering over that unfriend button.
Ruben's unfriended me twice on Facebook.
Yeah.
And both for I think once was disagreeing with a musical selection he had made, but I was a little above and beyond.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the other time. I think I was just being a dick.
Right.
But I also acknowledge that I can be a really proper dick.
Well, Ruben won't suffer a lot of bullshit, so.
No. But that's why he and I are still pals.
Right.
You know, I respect that in the man, but I have to test him every once in a while.
Yeah, you know. Got to know where those limits are at.
Fucking Steven Adler apparently is in a hospital. Right. He tried to stab himself.
Guns N' Roses?
Yeah, drummer Guns N' Roses. Damn.
Didn't he have like a weird, like, I don't think he had a stroke, but didn't he have some weird, like, degenerative thing going on? It was a stroke, okay. Yeah. Well, if you fucking live the way those guys did in Guns N' Roses, and if you're still on this side of the dirt, you ought to just be happy about it. Yeah.
I think it was a drug-induced stroke.
Wow. Well.
Because he talks real strange, you know, like almost like a recovering meth head.
He was on I don't know, some podcast or another I probably used to listen to.
Looks like a strange mix of Dave Mustaine and Robert Plant.
Yeah. Well,
and about 5 pounds of meth.
Robert, yeah. Well, no, you're probably pretty much right square on the peg on that one. Robert Plant went and changed up his hairstyle, and his fucking whatever remain of his fans are all up in arms about it. It's like, let the old man do what he wants to do.
Yeah, we were talking like, fuck, if you hit a certain age, I feel like you should be able to do whatever you want as far as like drugs go. You want to do fucking coke or heroin? Fucking try it out if you're 80 years old. Why not?
But I mean, why are we throwing a fit about like an 80-year-old man's hairstyle? I don't.
Oh, well, that's because people fucking have no souls anymore.
Let's see. What else do we have going on? Metal news.
Have you been following the Gibson and Dean fucking lawsuit?
Not really.
I've actually been kind of listening to it, and Gibson are starting to look like assholes.
Well, the problem is Gibson, as a corporation, they really are a bunch of assholes.
Oh, absolutely. If you had a question about it, this answers it, in my opinion. Because they're suing Dean over likenesses of guitar bodies.
This and that's
and
from
headstocks as well.
And it's from a long time ago. Is the other thing because Ibanez has been cranking out. Well, and so is ESP. Everybody
Fender has as well. ESP has their own Explorer body. It's a little different, but it's an Explorer body.
Right. I'm not a big fan of Gibson. Well, you start to look a little desperate after a while when you are trying to establish like old copyrights things. These are guitars that are out in the 80s, and they're like, whoa, that looks like some of our shit, you know. And I get it because everybody else does it, but their headstocks aren't the same. That's kind of where Dean kind of crossed the line a little bit. So I don't know. I don't really have a dog in this fight. I mean, I've got a Gibson. I'm probably never going to buy another one. I mean, it's fine. I mean, the Les Paul's it's got a great sound. It's fine. I know the direction I want to go. I know the tone that I'm looking for moving forward, and it doesn't really involve Gibson at this point. What it does involve, and I have not swayed from this one iota, and that's G&L.
Right.
Fuck, I came within a cat's whisker of buying a goddamn Rampage today.
Really? It's getting tougher and tougher for you to fucking fight, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, but it is.
So are you abandoning the idea of a custom build and just fucking thinking the Rampage has everything you require?
I actually want 2 G&Ls.
God damn. All right. This is a fucking intervention, man. Stick to something cheap like tattoos.
A Rampage actually would be great. I don't. It wouldn't be a multitasker, that's for fucking sure. It'd
be a sole purpose.
It's made to rock out like a scalded fucking cat. And that's it. That's all it is.
Nice.
It's got a volume knob and a humbucker pickup. That's it.
Wow, that's pretty that's pretty simple and cut and dry.
You don't have to worry about that old dialing in tone thing or splitting coils or anything. Fuck that. It's just a Seymour Duncan humbucker in it with a volume knob on the body. That's all it is. And a Kahler tremolo and everything else to Jerry Cantrell's specifications. I'd like to have one, and they're not over the top expensive. They're $800.
It sounds for the simplicity of the design. It sounds like it'd be at least under $1,000.
Now, I would probably swap out the Seymour Duncan for a Motor City pickup, but I don't know. But that would be a bridge I'd have to cross later. As far as there's actually the G&L Legacy. It's the HSS. It's the humbucker single set up Strat type body on it. You know, quilted maple top. Nice. I mean, it's a beautiful guitar they've got online. That one's about $1,700. So that's kind of a little on the higher end. So yeah. So if I were to do a custom build, yeah, you know what? I could do that, and it would probably take care of everything I need, and I wouldn't need to buy another guitar. But kind of something about that finality almost guides me away from it. So
yeah,
it's like I don't need another guitar. I'm good. Really?
Am I really?
Yeah.
Let's see. Cover up what else has happened this week. Reading a thing right now that says Metallica members form new band for one night only. One night only. Oh, never mind. It's not a new fucking band. Remember when Trujillo and Hammett would do the little doodles together?
Yeah, right.
Until they did Prince and everyone lost their fucking mind and like shat all over them.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you didn't see those videos anymore. Well, now they're doing them again.
Oh, okay. Well,
like they covered Iron Maiden's Killers.
Didn't Kirk Hammett kind of blow it out his ass a little bit, and then they stopped not long after that?
Kirk fucking shat the bed.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, fucking Robert Trujillo's singing of it wasn't that great.
Right.
It was two guys doing a song that wasn't really in their vein. So that's horse shit. Let's see what else we got here. Man of War cancels Hellfest appearance for most Man of War reason possible. They canceled because the promoters obstructed their efforts to put on the most epic show we had promised.
Most epic ever.
Didn't a guy from fucking Manowar, or formerly of Manowar, just get arrested for like diddling a kid?
I don't know.
Let's see. Death Clock's returned for the first show in 5 years. Headlining Adult Swim show. That's kind of fucking funny. Killswitch Engage has a new song out called Unleashed. New album Atonement coming out in August. And Children of Bodom's Alexi Lau reveals he can't play like he used to because of recently repaired collarbone from sucking too much penis.
Hey, mother of Children of Boredom. Good. And by the way, we do actually have a kind of a local one, by the way, and that is Loverboy is playing the. I should have waited until you
I
didn't
nearly
have a beer.
spat all over the goddamn thing. I was like, really, dude? I was like, wow, did like Ruben or LJ get at you for oh, no, fucking Loverboy.
Yeah, Loverboy playing Clovis this evening. A while back, they used to have the Clovis Music Festival, and nobody showed up. I mean, the crowds dwindled and dwindled and dwindled. And because they kind of lost sight of what the hell they were and what they were trying to do. And so, as a result, the crowds just fell off so much. And they were really faced with, do we cancel the whole music festival, or do we find another event and piggyback it and just claim success that way? And that's what they did. Done.
Yeah, the Dragon Main thing.
Yeah, which it's fine. It's do what you want to do, but when you fuck go to throwing around, I understand bands are expensive as fuck these days. But
sure, but I mean, goddamn, even we got Willie down here a couple years ago.
Yeah,
it can be done. They're just picking all the bands their bands like they have one song,
right?
And I guarantee, can you name another fucking Loverboy song?
They had 3 hits, but the funny thing is, can I think of the other 2? No. Working for the Weekend's the only one I can think of.
And even that's just like a fucking song of the 80s.
Yeah.
It doesn't stick out. It's not a song of note. It's just a song you think about when you think about the 80s.
Right.
They need to start getting some fucking actual music. Clovis wants to be recognized as a music town so fucking bad, dude.
Well, the other problem,
so bad.
It's because everybody that organizes this shit, they're all in their 50s, so they're trying to bring in bands that were around in their youth and their heyday. And if you're trying to get anybody outside of your demographic interested, you're fucking going to fail.
See, I'd have like Korn, Fear Factory, Limp Bizkit, all them motherfuckers coming out here to play. I guarantee more people would show up for that than for Loverboy.
Yeah,
we'd have people come from Amarillo watching that shit.
I mean, that's the only fear I have is that that more than 30 people show up and they go, "Wow, we're going to get Quiet Riot next year."
Well, fucking lead singer died. I don't think they're even doing shit anymore.
Dig him up.
Clovis don't give a fuck. We got to make that notoriety money.
Yeah, bringing that Filipino guy fronting Journey now. Let's let him do it.
God, you know that fucking headline went out. It's like, we need someone that sounds like Steve Perry. We don't need you to bring anything special. We just need you to sound like Steve Perry.
That is it. That's all you got.
And I always knew it'd be like an Asian dude, like a Japanese dude. Because they can hit fucking soaring things that Steve Perry would do.
The only downside of that guy is there's really no trace of any kind of an accent. So, because it'd be great if he like barely even spoke English, but he can nail Steve Perry lyrics right on.
Interview him after the show, like, God damn, I didn't understand a word he said.
Need to bring in that tall, skinny Brazilian translator from the UFC events.
He's very happy for this experience and the belch opportunity.
Speaking of which, we're all done with metal, ready to move on?
I think so, sir.
All right. Fight cards have been lackluster.
Well, actually, while we were gone in Denver, pardon me,
the prelims on that fight card last weekend were great.
The Waikano Korean zombie card.
The main card, not so much.
But you hadn't seen the main event yet.
No, I watched all of it except for the main event.
You had it's like 49 seconds.
Right. Yeah, I know, but I was watching the whole stream, and I don't know how on ESPN Plus to fucking slide it and advance it forward. It's not like any other app I've ever seen, so I didn't want to go and fuck it up. I was like, nope, I'm just going to go to bed.
They just barely made it easier for us to buy pay-per-views, so they're probably still figuring out playback issues.
Well, they were, because remember, you couldn't play back anything out of their library once upon a time. I could actually play that shit back when we got in. And, I was off on Monday night. Yeah, that's what I did Monday. I was watching that shit.
Yeah, because you buy a license to watch it as many times as you want for a certain amount, 48 hours.
Okay.
Like when you get a UFC pay-per-view, it's yours for 2 days.
My biggest problem with that is it's a pretty rare card that I even want to go back and watch anything.
I mean, even next week's International Fight Week card. It looks good.
Yeah. Well, it's got John Jones on it. I'm always on board.
Yeah, and you got Ben Askren, who might be getting his fucking ass beat against Jorge Masvidal.
God, that dude's already looking past Masvidal, saying he ought to get a title shot next. Fucking on Twitter, trying to call out Kamaru Usman, because he likes to call him Marty on Twitter, and he'll fucking get on there. He gets it out there, and and he does. He's sitting there trolling him. Oh, I didn't realize. I could have grabbed a beer. I'm close to the fridge, but yeah, but the dude gets on there, and he's doing nothing but talking just straight shit, you know. Like, come on, Marty, this wasn't the case when we were in college, blah, 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 all this other shit. And it's fine, you know. And the problem is Usman then started answering him, and it was fucking don't feed the trolls. And you don't find a troll bigger than fucking Ben Askren, I think.
He's the best one. Chael was great at, like, fucking talking shit and charisma. Ben Askren's just great at fucking talking shit.
Man, but you're right, and I think anytime you're already looking past your next opponent for the one you want to fight after that guy, I think you're setting yourself up for a fall, and a fucking pretty precipitous one at that. And if for nothing else, he ought to fucking have to fight Robbie Lawler again, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Jorge Masvidal, that's a pretty good fight.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it will be. I think Masvidal actually keeps that. If he can keep it standing, that's going to be a bad day for Ben Askren.
I don't think Ben Askren is going to shoot for that takedown right off the bat like he did with Robbie Lawler, because he fucking got opened up when he did.
Yeah.
He won with the neck crank, even though there wasn't no tap, and it was like just like that Lawler went out. I think Masvidal is going to be a little more metered, but that dude's a brawler. He fought fucking in backyards.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, if you're digging around, looking up some of this shit, goddamn, who's the dude with the great big old beard that got signed?
Kimbo.
Yeah, Kimbo Slice. That dude's fighting in backyards alongside Kimbo.
See, ladies and gentlemen, all I need here is that dude with the great big beard, and I know exactly who he is.
Well, he did. He had a fucking...
That
dude had a nasty hillbilly beard.
And manscaped facial hair. Manscaped, like, chest hair to, like, fucking... Like, he had to really line it up. Or it was just on the right tit, but not on the left tit.
Right.
And that... I mean, the card does look good. You got Nunes defending against Holly Holm. Ooh, I bet all Albuquerque's a buzz.
I legit think... Now, if Holly Holm goes out and wins this, when you have to start making the argument, not the best female fighter ever, because fuck that, she's not even close.
No, but the fucking dream killer, that's for sure.
But she is the fucking the keeper of justice in that, and that, you know, if anybody starts getting the britches a little too big, she will fucking burst their bubble. I mean, if she was able to do that, if she was able to go out and head kick Nunes, you know, that'd be fucking Rousey and Nunes. Should be just altering the landscape of female fighting. But the reality, Amanda Nunes she punches harder than almost any man in the sport.
I would say she punches harder than most 155ers.
And fast.
She when she fought Cyborg, she showed no fear.
None.
She went right in there, and then when Cyborg did what she always does and flurry, she fucking picked her moment and clocked her.
Yeah.
And she's never been punched like that before.
Right.
And then she did it about 8 more times, and she was fucking ass up, face down, just like Correa was when she fought Rousey.
Yeah.
But we do have a card going on tomorrow, which is actually kind of nice. It's been a while since we've actually watched a fight.
Yeah.
It's been a couple weeks. For us, that's a long time.
Right.
The preliminary card on ESPN. Both of these seem to be on ESPN. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, no, it's ESPN.
Straight
It's ESPN on it's ESPN. ESPN 3.
Oh, it's like their ESPN on Fox cards.
Because I was going, why would they put this shit on ESPN 3? No, it's the number. It's
Should
the
be
third.
on the Ocho.
It's the third ESPN event.
Your preliminary card's a little light. You got Junior Albini, that really large heavyweight guy whose trunks never fit him right. Fighting Maurice Green.
There's only one name on the fucking prelim. Actually, maybe two. I think Maurice Green, and there's one other one actually
Maurice
that
Green.
I even recognize.
Eric Anders.
Eric Anders, yeah, that's the other one. You know, other than that, I don't know a single fucking fighter on that prelim card, which is a hard sell if you're really trying to use to harness the power of ESPN with all its fans and everything else to put together a shitty prelim is kind of fucking criminal.
You gotta pay just as much attention to those prelims if you do the main card, because the main card will build itself. Prelims are what's important.
Yeah.
Which your main card opens up with Paul Craig fighting Alonzo Minefield. Minefield.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say Alonzo Manning. And it's like, what? The basketball player?
Great. Yeah, he chose his third sport.
Dude's almost 50.
Fighting a light heavyweight. Paul Craig. This is Paul Craig. You'll like him because he's a Scottish cocksucker at 205. So, you know.
I think I know who you're talking about, actually.
Yeah, we've seen him fight.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
His last fight was actually... Oh, nope. Oh, the Barbosa Gaethje card. So I know we watched him fight. He beat Kennedy Nzechukwu.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Nzechukwu. Via triangle choke in third round. Got performance of the night for it. Coming up after that, we got Drew Dober.
Yeah.
Fighting Marco Polo Reyes at lightweight. This might be a great fucking fight.
Maybe. Drew Dober, that guy was on fire for a while until he got tagged with a couple of losses, I think. Or at least one loss I know of.
He just lost to Dariush.
Yeah.
He got subbed by Dariush on the Lewis Dos Santos.
But he's
card.
definitely a solid, like, top 10 gatekeeper, I would say.
Only lost to Escudero, fucking Aubin Mercier, and he's lost. The names he's lost to are big names,
Right.
and but they've all been finishes. They haven't gone the distance. He's been tapped every time.
And
That's all the jokes.
And I'm not as impressed with Aubin Mercier, especially if he's not fighting in a French-speaking town. So to have a loss against that guy is like, oh, you mean the pasty, fat French-Canadian kid?
Yeah. And Polo Reyes, Marco Polo Reyes has lost to Vic at 211, beat Matt Frivola, and then lost to Damir Hadzovic.
It's either going to be one of the most boring fights on the card, but Dober, though, likes to throw, so I do believe you might be right.
These are two, just looking at the method of wins or losses on both these guys, there's not a lot of decisions.
Okay. Well,
between either of them.
Well, in case the opening fight is a little on the slow side, then shit, man, they've got that one to fall back on that might really kind of pick it up. Because that momentum is really important in setting up a fight card as well. And
then we start getting into some heavy names. You welterweight fight, Damian Maia fighting Anthony Rocco Martin. This is Anthony Rocco Martin has kind of been rattling off some pretty impressive wins lately, and Damian Maia is on the path down.
Well, Damian Maia needs to get a win, or we might be seeing his retirement. At the end of the fight.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he's about at that point. If he can't get something going, he's not going to get another championship shot. We know that. At this point, he needs to get at least a couple of solid wins just to remain in the conversation.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, they've all been decision losses, but he's lost to Woodley, Covington, and Usman.
Yeah.
And, I mean, those are three huge names. I hate to call Covington a huge name, but he was an interim champ. He's a huge fucking name. That Lyman Good win that he got back in February, fucking needed that. Rocco is rocking a 4-fight win streak, and he can do it on the ground or standing. I think it's going to go the distance. I'm hoping Rocco doesn't do that thing like, I respect Damian Maia too much. I don't want to take him to the ground and beat the shit out of him.
Well,
I love Damian Maia. Let's not get that wrong. I'm a huge fan of Damian Maia.
But
I think it's time to shut it down.
I mean, you were a fan of Mark Hunt, and that last 2 years had to be kind of a tough deal for fandom, really.
Does Damian Maia want to be like BJ Penn, where he's out in a fucking nightclub in Brazil and gets the doorman and threatens to fucking kill? He's like, let me kill him, bro. Did you see that fucking video,
No,
BJ Penn? Coming out of a place in Honolulu, like a strip joint or something, and had the doorman and BJ Penn, he could fuck somebody up. Maybe not a legitimate MMA fighter.
not a real
fighter,
but
fucking John cocksucker on the street.
Yeah.
You're damn right.
Yeah.
And you could hear him fucking screaming, let me kill him, bro.
Wow.
Like, this is a guy that doesn't need to fight anymore. This is a guy that needs some serious fucking help. But the co-main event, sorry about that, I just totally remembered that, is it's kind of a weird one. It's a flyweight co-main event. So I don't know if these guys are ranked, but there are only 12 people in the fucking UFC that are flyweights, I guess, because that's as high as the rankings go. Juicy A4 fighting Joseph Benavidez. This might be your fucking show stealer.
Maybe. Benavidez has always got a pretty exciting anytime you put him on a card, there's usually going to be some good shit happening.
Right. Last three, lost to Pettis, split decision. TKO win over Alex Perez, and decision victory over Dustin Ortiz. Back at the Cejudo Dillashaw debacle. Well, it's a debacle afterwards.
Yeah.
Formiga is rocking a 4-fight win streak. Beat Sasaki, beat Ben Wen. Got a Sergio Pettis victory, which apparently everybody has these days.
I want one of them. Well, it's like getting a trophy and playing fucking PS4, right?
Yep. Only losses since November of 2015 to Cejudo and Ray Borg. I think it's going to go the distance. I don't think 125ers have it in them to save their division because they're wanting Cejudo to do it, but that dude's a bantamweight champ now. And 125 belt is going to get dropped in the garbage can.
The real problem, I mean, Dana White says that division's not going anywhere, but
Bullshit.
Let's fucking face facts. They have the guy they wanted. They're like, hey, he's an Olympic gold medalist. Now, is it a surprise that now they have 2 gold medalists with fucking championship straps? Not really. But the problem is there's a very distinct difference. If you look at Daniel Cormier and you look at fucking Henry Cejudo, the problem is Daniel Cormier is kind of likable. I don't personally like him, but he is a likable dude.
Sure.
Cejudo is weird and unlikable. And fucking unmarketable. I mean, so if it's a guy that's not even liked, then he can't be marketed. And they've been trying so hard to make Cejudo a fucking hero in the sport.
They're trying so hard they bumped John Jones off the number 1 pound-for-pound ranking.
Which is bullshit.
That's bullshit. Yeah. I think Cejudo and John Jones should fight for that number 1 spot.
Yeah,
So
I want to see it. I want to see it.
If Cejudo's able to back suplex John Jones and tap him out, fuck that. Give him the company. He's a killer, but he's not.
Yeah.
He's not fun, and he's not a killer, and this whole thing is a fucking sham.
Yeah.
He is benefiting off the fact that Dillashaw is a shitty cheater.
Yeah. You know, I mean, and the fact is, I mean, I still think Demetrius Johnson went in a little unprepared. I really do.
Right.
You know, and even so, even an really an unprepared Mighty Mouse, I think, man, you could make the argument that motherfucker won that card. You know,
I think he won that fight.
You know, or
it
that,
wasn't
or that
his
fight,
most.
I mean.
It's not his most dominant
No.
fucking performance by any stretch of the imagination.
Because you know what he looked like? He looked like John Jones when he fought OSP. You know, and then which John Jones later said, "Oh yeah, I didn't train for that fight."
I think he actually kind of looked like Joanna Jędrzejczyk when she fought fucking what's her face for the second time.
Namajunas.
Yeah, nothing but leg kicks and keeping distance
Yeah.
and thinking that's going to win you the rounds. And apparently, judges these days are not fans of leg kicks,
Right. Yeah.
and rightfully so.
Leg kicks are fine. You can't use that to score with.
Yeah, don't use them to win fights. I mean, don't use it to win rounds.
Use them to set up.
Use
your
it
other
to
shit.
set up like,
Yeah.
that fucking leg is fucked, and I can punch the living shit out of him. So yeah, I got a Formiga in that fight. I think it's going to be good, but it's a coin toss to me.
Yeah, I would probably agree. Well, I like Benavidez. That guy's he's just been around forever. You know.
Now it's time for the main event of the evening. Heavyweight, 5 rounds. Junior Dos Santos fighting Francis Ngannou. Who have you got and why?
I would like to pick Ngannou on this one. The problem is, man, I really, truly think when it comes down to it, there's nobody tougher than fucking Junior Dos Santos. And I mean,
the second wind in his career, just like Frank Mir. Remember Frank Mir and fucking
Arlovsky?
Yeah,
both of those
until
guys.
they both met, and then it just totally derailed everything. Junior Dos Santos is on that type of rise right now.
You know, I mean, now, would it surprise me if Ngannou won? No, it wouldn't surprise me really, because that guy punched the soul out of fucking Overeem.
Overeem is still looking for his soul.
Yeah. But Junior has just got way. I think he's got more weapons. Ngannou's got one weapon, and that is keep him in front of you and punch the shit out of him until he's
Send
dead.
That cocksucker into orbit.
And but I think Junior's got he's got a lot more weapons as a boxer. And if you're going look, he has no worries about motherfucker taking him down. He's got no worries of kicks. He has.
Got no worries.
Has got no worries on anything except he's just got to look out for that huge fucking uppercut. That's all he's got to worry about.
JDS's last 3 fights, he beat Blagoy Ivanov in a decision and then TKO'd Tai Tuivasa and Derek Lewis. Where Ngannou, I'm going to go to his last 4 because he lost to Stipe and Derek Lewis in the most boring heavyweight fight we've ever fucking seen.
The worst, I'd say the worst fight we've ever seen. But
I don't know. There's been some bad fights. I can guarantee that's the worst heavyweight fight ever.
It was a 15-minute dance session is all that was.
Yeah, records for the least amount of punches thrown in a. I don't know if it was in a heavyweight fight or in a fight.
I think in a fight.
But after that, he did TKO Curtis Blades and knocked out Cain Velasquez in Phoenix. So
yeah. Well. Yeah, but I mean that's no big feat anymore. 10 years ago, you knock out Kane. I'm all right, cool.
Yeah.
But
now it's just like, oh, so you're validating everything I think about this guy. He needs to shut it down.
Hey, trophy. Yeah, that's it.
I'm going Junior, man.
Yeah, no, I think that's.
I
a smart
like
pick.
Ngannou. I like, but I don't know if he's changing up because he's fucking fighting a guy that's right up there with Stipe. Up there with fucking Derek Lewis.
I want to see if Ngannou's got anything that he's added to his fight game because legit, dude, keep him in front, keep shoulders squared. And throw. That's been his fucking whole MO. If I see something different, if he comes out and he's like does something with some footwork maybe or
flying armbar,
or well, yeah, I'm not holding my breath. But I mean, but if I start seeing like angles, then I will know. Oh, this guy's
what about takedowns?
Been learning. There'll be no takedowns.
You don't think he'll
fight.
ever work on that? I was kind of hoping he would. Man, his ground and pound would be insane.
I think so, but I think that he's a skilled pugilist in the truest sense of the form. That if it's a jab or an uppercut, he can throw it, perhaps a hook, but that's it. That's his arsenal.
Do you think JDS finishes Ngannou?
Yes.
Late, early,
late, third round
and after.
Fourth, maybe.
That's kind of
what
what I was thinking. Anytime third round and after, that's when that fight's going to see a finish.
Yeah, but because by that time Ngannou will be gassed because that guy will gas in the first, second round.
Right. So it should be a good card. I mean, it'll be nice to just fucking get back to watching fights.
Bad shit going on out of Albuquerque as Diego Sanchez, the native son, has now left Jackson Wink, just like Cowboy Cerrone.
Remember, that cocksucker wasn't a native son either. This is a guy from Albuquerque. He's telling him to fuck off.
Yeah.
No love.
Yeah, no, he threw it out there against Cerrone when he'd left, saying he's full of shit and everything else, no loyalty and blah, blah, blah. Oh, guess what? Here we are a couple months later, and that motherfucker's leaving now.
I hope he fucking takes time to apologize to Cowboy for trying to fucking defend the honor and integrity of Jackson Wink when he was telling the goddamn truth the whole time.
Yeah, and as it turns out, Mike Winklejohn almost has single-handedly killed one of the premier gyms in MMA.
It's an amusement park right now.
Yeah. Oh no, they have the public. You can go up there and drop $75 and get in there and learn shit from MMA fighters. Yeah. And you think, hey, that's pretty cool. No, not really, because these motherfuckers are there to train, not teach classes.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't have fights in the next 4 months, then I don't see a problem with that. But if I can pay $100 and go learn how to fucking throw an oblique kick from John Jones, I might do it.
Yeah.
Not only to learn the oblique kick, but just hang out with John Jones.
John Jones, I'd be learning how to fucking do his other shit and preparing for his next fight, not teaching fucking classes.
Exactly.
Now, having said that, John Jones is not teaching classes. I'm telling you right now. But I mean, but Holly Holm has on occasion.
Yeah. And she's nice.
Yeah.
She's a victim of her fans. I mean, I really think that. But regardless, we got some good fights, pretty decent music. Always good drink, though.
Yeah.
So let's get on to our picks.
All right. Picks as we have them.
As you see, as you like.
I'm going to go, let's see, as far as drinking goes, I'm just staying traditional tonight, just Budweiser.
Yeah, Budweiser.
Tall boys.
Might see it finished the last 2 shots of that Bullet Rye later.
I think you ought to knock yourself out on that.
Thank you, sweetheart. Listening. I'm listening to some Japanese fucking doom metal from about 30 years ago. That band is just fucking, it'll die in a week with me.
Oh, is that the one that's in the playlist?
That Ninja Nisu, they'll be dead to me in a week, I promise. But right now, it's just so much goddamn fun.
Right.
What about you?
Probably Moonstar, Jamal Nika, probably.
Ooh, goddamn! I haven't listened to that fucking album. Been a while. Been at least a year. Do you have any extraordinary things that might happen tomorrow during the fight card?
Not really, man. Because the problem I have is not a pay-per-view, because that's the next week. That's the International Fight Week,
which also has, I think, a fight card on Friday as well.
Which
I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, because they usually the Ultimate Fighter
finale. Yeah.
I wonder if that's still a thing.
I'll have to check it out.
But I will say man, I don't know that anything terribly impressive is going to occur, and it's not over the lack of trying. I think it's over the fact I don't think the UFC is wanting to upstage themselves with an amazing fucking fight, a potential of an amazing fight that might actually overshadow the shit that they're trying to do next week. You know?
I think it'd be pretty goddamn hard to overshadow those last 3 fights on 240. 240?
240, right?
God damn.
240 or 239.
I think main event you're going to see Ngannou and Joe Santos, as I almost called him. Don Joe Santos knock each other out. We're going to get a double KO.
All right.
Straight up Street Fighter 2 shit.
Next week, we're going to be talking big about the pay-per-view. That'll be the primary focus for us next week.
Fight week is as big a holiday as Christmas.
Oh, and I'll be drunker than shit next week, by the way. So.
Oh, yeah, because you
4-day weekend.
Oh, god damn it. Oh! Thursday's going to be fun!
We might want to do Thursday, actually.
Oh, no, we might just want to leave a mic on and see what happens. Granted, we'll have to go back and listen to it and make sure we're not throwing out anything we don't want people to hear.
That's it for us this week. Fucking enjoy July. That's going to be on the way next. As we get ready to close out the month of June, close it strong.
Let's get the fuck back to the wasteland. Enjoy your 4th of July.
See you dirty bastards next week as we'll rejoin once again and talk about all matters Mead, metal, and MMA. It's a Japanese band.
The fight is joined. I want that on a t-shirt.